Morning, morning, Zach. We'll get started here in a few moments. Just going to let folks kind of trickle in here. Good morning, Ricky. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and display the risk disclosure while to make you guys aware. Have something as we kind of wait for folks to join us. Good morning, Trader Dubois. Good morning, Sergey. Good morning, Tracy. All accounts locked till Monday. Probably not a bad call, Keith, especially today, given all the news. May not be a good day to to be involved in the markets. And if you do participate, it should be on lighter risk to your capital for sure. Good morning, Jack of all trades. All right, we're already 5 past the bottom of the hour here, so we're just gonna get started here, guys. Just want to remind everyone that the the content that I'm about to present is to be treated as general information only. None of the information provided is intended as investment advice and offered to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, future company, or fund. We all understand that future trading does contain a fair amount of risk. It's not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more of their investment capital, and only risk capital money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security should be used for trading, and only those individuals with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Again, nothing contained herein is a solicitation to buy, sell futures, options, or Forex, and past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay. So now that I got the risk disclosure out of the way, guys, go ahead and review the news. We believe there's a lot of news today. Okay, so good cause for some pretty markets here. Okay, so as you can see here, we've already received some reports, initial job claims, GDP, core PCE, continuous job claims. A lot of news has already kind of been filtering through the market as we speak. Okay. And there's more in store. Okay. So we have, let's see what's coming up. We have PCE coming in at 10 a.m. We have consumer spending coming in at 10 a.m. We have pending home sales coming in at 10 a.m. Okay. And then for those crude oil traders out there, we have inventories coming in at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay. So good amount of news today. Okay. I even have to scroll to get to all of it. Okay. So with that, with the possibility of all of these news events, we want to be wary, obviously, of these obvious times where news is being presented. And ideally, we want to at least wait maybe a half hour or so to kind of digest or have the market digest these news events before we take on any trades in the market. Okay, so like I said, we already have I guess a third of the news events out in the market right now. We have PMI coming in at 9:45 today Eastern, and then we have some more events coming in at 10 a.m. Okay. So again, it might not be a bad idea to basically sit out until we get to about 10 a.m. before we kind of take any sort of look to take sort of any sort of executions. Okay, because of the events underway. Now, if we do decide to take something, then we want to obviously maybe be on the sidelines for these news events. Okay, because it could cause for rapid moves up or down, which more than likely are going to be abnormal and probably greater than your stop losses. So if there's any day that there's a stop losses are very much required. Today is the day. Today is not the day to trade without stop losses. Nor am I implying that anyone would. But today is not that day. Okay. All right. Go ahead and move on to the markets here, guys, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look. Okay. I was looking at the Dow here a little bit. But let's go ahead and start with our normal market. Okay. And that's the gold. Okay. So starting with the gold market, I believe what we're now in the, I think, was it G? Is it G? Oh, what is it? It's where I know we're in the February contract. Yeah, G. Okay, there it is. Okay. All right. So looking at this from a daily perspective, okay, we can see that we've had some pretty wild gyrations, I would say, in this market just prior to, I guess, today and the day prior. Okay. Just prior to the day and the day prior, we had a relatively strong sell-off in gold. Okay. All right. Strong sell-off in gold. Now we've had a little bit of a reversal. We have now kind of a developing a 3-bar reversal pattern. We don't know exactly how this candle is going to close. We do see that there's a fair amount of support, but support with some selling above it, right? So this is kind of a concern, right? What you want to see when you're in a concerted move into the one direction, the last thing you want to see is wicks above it. Okay, you want to see solid candles like the ones below that offer confirmation of the price action we see here. Okay. So looking at the ADX, we see that our negative indicator is still above our positive. We have our ADX in general is kind of not showing us a whole lot of strength in the current move. Okay. So right now, I would have to say, if I were to ignore, say, this swing here, I would say that the market is turning, I guess, a bit bullish. I would love to see, obviously, to have price get above 26.42 to really kind of embrace this. But we have not made any significant new lows outside of breaking this prior daily candle. Okay. So as long as we're above 2,600, I would say that we are, still in a upside move. Okay. Why did I select the February contract? Because that's the current contract that we're trading. Okay. I could use GC, but GC will introduce a gap which is not real. I mean, it's real, but it's not indicative of any sort of indication that the market has moved in any sort of positive direction. Okay. So I'm using the current contract. Why not December or January? Because that's the next Trader Dubois. That's the next available contract. Okay. We're coming off December, and now the next contract that has liquidity is the February contract. Okay. So I mean, one way to check this. Okay. Let's see if I can. We'll go ahead and confirm this. Okay. So we'll switch screens here in a bit. Okay. So the website that I do for this, okay, is let's see, bar charts. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll take a look at that in a second. Give me a second as I bring it up. Okay, there it is. This is the website. This is the website that I go to understand which contract has the most volume. Okay. So we're looking at the metals, right? And we're looking at gold in particular. Okay. So you can see here, right? 87,000 contracts being traded on GC here, right? GCG. Okay. Not December, no January, February. Okay. So there's more volume. You see the volume? 2.5 more volume in GCG than there is in GCZ. Okay. All right. So that's why we moved to GCG. So if in your platforms, if you're trading with Top Step, they automatically do that, make that move for you. Okay. But if you are trading on your own, you always want to be in the contract that has the most liquidity. Okay. And in this case, it's GCG. All right. And this is the site that I go to for that information. All right. All right. So got that kind of out of the way. Let's go back to the charts. Okay. So daily chart, again, coming off a little bit of a demand zone here. Okay. Indicating that there may be some interest to the upside in this market. We're above VWAP, which is also another indication that we are moving higher potentially. Okay. For our chart, we're going to go ahead and turn off initial balance here for a second. You can see here that looks like we've has a little bit of a supply area here, maybe as a result of this area here. Okay. So we're coming into a supply zone, and the supply zone is this little consolidation area. Okay. So it would not be out of the question to see the market, would this be treated more of as a retracement and then see a continuation move to the downside? Not out of the question. We are still below our 233-day EMA. Okay. If we do manage to get above this supply area, say 2690, and above this 233-day EMA, then maybe we have a greater probability to continue to the upside. Okay. All right. Volume delta is really not aligned with the current move. You see that we have a very neutral volume delta bar on the developing 4-hour bullish candle that we see there. The positive DI has yet to break above the negative DI, again giving us that maybe we're a little bit early in thinking that this market is going to continue, right? Relatively neutral here. Okay. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay. This is kind of where we start to do our volume analysis. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and turn off some of these indicators. Okay. Try to keep it as clean as we can here. All right. So on the 30-minute chart, you can see that price is above our daily VWAP. You can see that our 4-hour chart is also indicating more upside. This is a little bit of a higher time frame overlay that I use, okay, to keep me aligned with the higher time frame. Okay. You can see that price is above our EMA. Maybe even the EMA is kind of creating a little bit of a double bottom here, right? The EMA is can be used as a reference, as well as we have a sloping VWAP in the upward direction. Okay. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and draw in add my anchored VWAP. Okay. I'm going to locate the London session, which, okay, this is kind of where we had the pivot in London. So we'll go ahead and draw it there. And you can see that price is above that as well. Okay. So right now, all indications are indicating that maybe there's an upside move in store for gold. Okay. All right. And if we do get above this level, well, I don't really see anything that maybe will block us necessarily from a move back to 2690, maybe all the way up to 2615. There is nothing. There's a lot of, as they say in market profile parlance, a lot of single prints here. Okay. For those who follow market profile, a lot of single prints here, right? So if we begin to chew into the single prints, then I would expect this area to accelerate because there's very little volume in those prices. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's go ahead and add our fixed range volume profile. Okay, we'll locate the start of Tuesday, which is right about here. We'll drag that across to today or to the close. Just make sure I got that correct. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you can see that price is well above value. All right. Also, another indicator that price is in an upward trajectory. Okay. Our initial balance range quite strong to the upside. Okay. Very little wicks on either end of this. Okay. But it's still developing. Right. We're only about 20 minutes into this initial balance range. Okay. And then with news on the horizon here. Okay. Let's see what else. So I have my initial balance range. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and add my ADR here. Let's see if I can locate it. We got ADR somewhere. Sure we do. Right there. Okay, there's our ADR. Looks like we're already on the top end of that ADR level, and then we have ASR up here. Okay. So those are kind of some targets that we could be seeing. This ASR level is coming close to an area where we might see some resistance in this current move. Okay. But the move nonetheless is bullish. Okay. Let's go ahead and add our levels to this chart. Okay. So we're going to, the levels that we're tracking in this market, we'll go ahead and add them there. Okay. Here are our levels that we're tracking in this market. Okay, so we have value area high coming in at what is it? 2632. Doesn't seem right. 2632. Value area high looks to me like it's more like 2657. Okay, so let's modify that. 2657. 2657. Okay, is not, no, that's not the 2657 is our value area high. Okay, and then we have value area low coming in at 2648. 2648. Wow. Okay, 2648 even. All right. And then we have settlement. Where's our settlement price? Settlement coming in at 2658.8. Looks like 2658. This might have been done on the wrong contract. That's probably why I'm getting such a wide discrepancy in values here. Okay. So settlement is what was that? 2658 58.8. 2658.8 is settlement. Okay. And then we have, what else? We have value area low, point of control. Point of control looks like it's 2652.5. 2652.5 looks like. Okay. And so we have average session range. Okay, the low end. So we have average session low, average session high, 2658. We've captured our 2682 as our average daily high, and then our average daily low is coming in at where is it? Down here at 2634. Okay, that looks much better. Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and copy this because it looks like I captured the wrong. Okay, 2681, 2655. Yeah, bear with me, guys. I'm kind of updating the spreadsheet here on the fly to reflect more accurate numbers here. I don't know. I must have done this analysis with the Z contract, not the G. Da, da, da. Bear with me here, guys. I'm just kind of updating this as we speak. Just kind of getting my spreadsheet here to be more reflective of what the levels are. Okay. Okay, this looks a lot better. All right. Okay, so coming back to the chart. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so like I was saying, the market looks quite bullish, I would say, in the gold. We are coming up some levels here that could cause price to stall here a little bit. So I'm going to wait for this initial balance range to establish. With the close proximity of ASR here, I'm going to be careful with any sort of longs because this ASR could cause price to reverse away from it. Okay, could come up to ASR and reverse from away from it. Okay, so if I'm a buyer, I'd like to be a buyer closer to this VWAP or anchor VWAP. Okay, down by say 26.75, somewhere in that range. Okay, for an opportunity maybe to get up to ASR. Okay. So yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm looking at the market. I'm seeing that, the 4-hour chart is showing, quite bullish, right? So we could be in for maybe possibly an abnormal day to the upside. That's not out of the question because we're well above value. And we already kind of testing the ADR level and really not getting any reaction away from it. So again, that could be an indication that we could be in store for some sort of abnormal day here in gold. Okay. So we'll have to wait and see. Okay. We have a developing volume delta bar that's quite strong, very much aligned with what we're seeing on the candle as well. Okay. Settlement is 26.46. 26.46. Okay. 26.46.3. Okay. Are you sure that is on the G? Okay. 26.46 dot. Okay. 26.46. Okay. All right. 26.46.3. So somewhere in this 26.46. Yeah, 26.46 is down way below settlement here. Okay. So yeah, so it looks like the indicator is not calculating it correctly for the contract. Okay, maybe a result of rollover. Okay. So in any case, these are kind of the levels now. Now I've got hopefully I got most of it correct. Reflects what we have here in the market. Okay. So like I said, right now we could be in store for maybe an abnormal day to the upside. I think a level that I'm going to be interested in watching and maybe looking to participate in now that we're breaking this level here is this 2680. Was it 2680 level? Okay, this might be a nice level because we have this current candle close quite strong. Okay, 2680 might be a nice level to look to participate in this market. Okay. Depending on how things react away from it. We did break a lot. We did break it. Okay. Now the question, can it hold above? If it can hold above, then maybe we have an area where we can maybe manage our risk there a little bit. Okay. With the understanding that we have, an ASR above us. Okay. All right. I think that's what I have for a gold. We'll go ahead and take a look at the crude oil market. We'll maybe use this here. Okay, so we're still in the F contract in crude oil. All right, so we'll see CELF 2024. No, which contract are we in right now? Okay, it looks like we're in the January contract in crude oil. So let's go ahead in 2025. Okay, all right. So we'll start off with the daily chart. Okay, we'll start off with the daily chart in crude oil. Okay, kind of neutral. Looks like we're a little bit neutral. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and turn off ADR here. We're gonna turn off not the overlay. Let's see, what else can I turn off here? ASR. Okay. So market has been kind of ranging between a couple of levels. Price remains below our 233-day EMA here. Okay. Indicating that there's still a little bit of bearish price action going on or bearish sentiment overall in the market. We had kind of a neutral bar yesterday, maybe in anticipation of inventories today. We also have not quite as neutral. Yes, CLF. Yes, CLF is the current contract. Yes. Okay. And then while we have a bullish bar, we do have wicks on both ends of it. Okay. So again, a little bit neutral to maybe bearish, I would say, in the crude oil. Okay. We had a very strong bearish engulfing candle here a couple of days prior here on Monday. And now we're kind of struggling to make any sort of inroads into that candle. We made an attempt here, that failed. And now we have a developing bullish candle. But I think a lot of it will depend on the results of the inventory later this morning. Okay. For our chart. Okay, we have, I'm going to turn off initial balance here for a moment. We have price below our EMA, the 233-day EMA. So as long as price remains below it, my view is more bearish. Okay, even though it appears to be more of a flat sloping EMA. As long as price remains below it, I'm going to be more inclined to look for bearish trades. Okay. We have a developing bullish candle. Can't say that I'm overly impressed with it. We have wicks on both ends of it. Seems like we're still very much in control of the seller here, who was able to drive price lower. If you can see, if you look at these candles, all the strong candles that are coming into this market are on the bearish side. Look, yeah, it does kind of look like I would say that the right shoulder, Salo, is probably not as developed to really confirm that. But yes, I do see some semblance of a head and shoulder pattern here. Okay. I don't see that the right shoulder is all that developed though. Okay. Or it's not really not very much aligned with what I would expect to see. Okay. This is much more wider than this range here. Maybe still in development. Okay. All right. So for our chart, I would say that the bears are still in control. We're starting to see some signs where price is getting above daily VWAP, not really being met by volume at the moment. Is very neutral. Okay. Which seems like we have an equal number of buyers and sellers in this market at the moment. Okay. Our ADX indicator has our negative DI above our positive, again, giving us further evidence that there's still a fair amount of bearish activity going on in the 4-hour chart. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, at this point, we can go ahead and turn on initial balance. We have a very narrow range being established at the moment. We are coming up against this 233-day EMA, which could cause price to kind of falter. Okay, price is still kind of supporting and honoring the average daily range, not average daily range, VWAP, daily VWAP. And I'm going to go ahead and add our anchored VWAP here. Okay. So anchored VWAP is somewhere in this range here. I'm kind of inclined to use this level here, but let's go ahead and use this here. Okay. You can see London price still remains, but it seems like it wants to get challenged here at the open here in crude oil. Okay. If it does manage to get below this anchor VWAP and daily VWAP, and maybe even below settlement, then I would say that we're in for maybe a move back down to the lows, okay, of Tuesday. All right. That's certainly a possibility in this market. Now, if we do manage to get above initial balance high and potentially above this EMA level, then it could open the door for maybe some move back to some of these highs that we've had in the past. Okay, so we're kind of in a interesting area, I would say, with this EMA level here. Let's go ahead and draw in our fixed range volume profile. Okay, fixed range volume profile. Let's go ahead and locate the start of the day for crude oil. Okay, let's. That's not the right place. Try this again. All right, right about there. Okay, drag that across to about here. Okay, so you can see that price is inside value. Okay, another reason, another data point here that we could maybe, curb our kind of expectation here on the upside, right? We have value area high, okay? Value area high right around this EMA level, which could cause price to stall, okay? And rotate through the entire range of value, okay? All right. So let's go ahead and add our levels to this chart. Okay. Here we are. All right. There we have it. Okay. So we have 71.45 established. Let's see. Value area high is 60. Looks like 69. Okay. 69.46 is our value area high. What's going on here? 69.46 is our value area high. Our average daily range high, we'll go ahead and open that up. Average daily range high is up here at 69.89. Okay, 69.92. That's close enough. Okay, and then our average daily range low is coming in at 67.92. Okay, and then we have our value area low coming in at 68.06. So we modify that. 68.06. Okay, my numbers are a little bit off than the normal here, guys. I don't know. 68.06. Okay, there's our value area low, and then we have Point of control at 68, 68, 62. Okay, we'll modify that by one number. Okay, and then average session range high, we'll go ahead and open that up. Let's see, right there. Okay, so we have 69.86. Okay, average session range low is 68.25. Okay, that seems to be in order. Okay. All right. Copy that in. Okay. All right. So what to make of this market? Well, like I was saying, my view right now, let's see, settlement price. Do I get that right? 68.77. Even that's off. 68.87 is what I have. Yeah, 68.86, 68.87 is kind of what I'm looking at here. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So what to make of this market here? Let's get back to where I was here. Okay. So right now it's looking like price wants to react away from this current level. And really to embrace the shorts, I would need to see a break of initial balance to the downside. I would need to see price close below our anchor VWAP, our daily VWAP, and maybe even settlement to really embrace the shorts in this market. Okay. If that should take place, then I'm going to, obviously wait for a little bit of a retracement back to those levels. It was at 68.77. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. So if price breaks below this this level here of initial balance low, then I'm going to look for initial balance low, maybe around 69, to offer me an opportunity to the downside in this market. But again, reminder again is that we do have EIA report inventory coming in about a little over an hour. Okay, so we want to be careful initiating any sort of trades prior to that, because the expectation is that price is going to kind of meander a little bit before that. Okay. So we'll have to be patient, wait for the EIA to come out, maybe wait, 15 to 30 minutes after that report, and then decide which of these levels do we want to lean on. Okay. Right now, if I had to choose a direction, it would be bearish. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the NASDAQ, because I am running a little bit behind. And I do want to get through these levels. It's already 50, almost 15 past the hour here. So we'll pick up our pace here a little bit. Okay. So looking at the daily chart in the NASDAQ, we want to take a look and see what the market is trying to accomplish. And what the market is trying to accomplish is further upside, right? It's further move to the upside. Okay. Now, this level, I would say 21,200 is relatively important. I wouldn't say that we're flying to the upside. We're kind of grinding to the upside. Okay. We had a very strong move to the upside, and that was met with sellers. And now we're kind of grinding our way higher. Okay. Still bullish. Okay. There's nothing indicating here that there's any sort of serious bearish activity outside of this move here that stalled. Okay. So daily chart looks to me, it remains bullish. Okay. We see a good amount of wicks here. We have a developing bearish candle here. Our positive DI, however slight, is above our negative DI here. Although the ADX indicator is not indicating that there's a lot of strength in this move. And looking at price, I would agree with that statement. Okay. Looking at the 4-hour chart. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn off initial balance. Initial balance is still a ways away here. This again feels like this is maybe still under control of this swing here. Okay, this right now feels like more of a pullback, okay, to a level, okay. I feel like there's still, maybe a fair amount of sellers in this area here, okay. Price is above our EMA, which is an indication of bullish activity. Our volume delta is bullish, and we still don't see our positive DI above our negative DI, although the momentum is starting to pick up here a little bit, okay. So don't know what to make of this current move in NASDAQ. Seems to be like a little bit of a retracement of this swing lower, okay. It has a kind of a lot of overlapping price here. So anytime I see overlapping price, I'm thinking that this is just merely a correction of some sort, okay, not any sort of initiative move in any one direction. So the last, initiative move we've had here is to the downside, okay. All right, moving on to the 30-minute chart, okay. 30-minute chart, we're below our settlement price. We are technically below our ADR and sloping in that direction. We're going to go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile for yesterday. Okay, there we are. Drag that across to the close, and you can see that price is inside value. Okay, looks like it's reacting away from value area low, which could be bullish. Okay, value area low is right about here. Okay, price still remains below our daily VWAP. I'm going to go ahead and add our anchor VWAP to the start of London here somewhere, right about, let's use this level right here. Okay. So we see that price. So I guess some buyers have stepped in on the London side. Okay. We do have an area here at right around 20,950. I think that could be resistant. That was a prior area of support. Okay, we're going to color that in red. Okay, right. This was an area of prior support. It was plowed through. Okay, so until we get above this level, and we made a couple of attempts to get above it, and it's been rejected. We're kind of in this range. I see selling wicks on a buy and sell wicks on both ends here. So we'll have to wait to see what the initial balance range provides. I see that our volume delta is all positive here. I see that our positive DI just peaked above our negative here. Okay, so maybe there is something to maybe a move back to settlement here in this market. We'll have to wait and see for the opening of the market here. Okay. But first thing for me is it going to be able to get above 20,960? If it can get above 20,960, I think we have a reasonable chance to get back to the highs here. If it cannot, then I would say that the path of least resistance is a continuation to the downside. Okay, we break value area low and maybe get down to some of these these congestion areas here around 20,900. Okay. So it'll be interesting for me to see how this market opens. I'm going to go ahead and add our levels here just so for reference. Okay, so we'll go ahead and add our levels here. Okay, there we are. Okay, so we have, let's see, value area high at 20,981. Okay, let's go ahead and change that to 981. And value area low coming in at 20,932. Okay, I got 939, 932. Okay. We have settlement at 20,998. Settlement 998 or 998. Yeah, 998. Okay. And see, we're at our average daily range. Okay, is well above us, 21,063. Okay, that's accurate. And then we have 20,811 on the low end for our average session range. We'll go ahead and add our ADR. okay, ADR levels. We have above at 21,140, okay, and then below at 20,842 or 840, okay. So those are our levels that we're tracking in the NASDAQ market, okay. Like I said, right now it seems like it's trying to build some steam to the upside, okay. Um, it's trying to hang on to this. Let's see, trying to hold on to this anchored VWAP that was established by the London session, okay. Okay. So, and then our 4-hour chart is also trying to develop something maybe to the bullish side. Okay. So, we'll be patient here and wait for the markets to establish. Okay. If I'm going to entertain any sort of long, I need to see price get above a prior area of, I need to break structure to the upside. If we start to break below this anchor VWAP, and maybe below value area low, then I would say that we have a reasonable chance of getting to the bottom here, not bottom, but the EMAs and maybe to prior day lows. Okay. All right. I think that's all I have for the NASDAQ market. Like I said, I'm kind of cautiously, I would say cautiously bearish, I guess. I'm cautiously bearish because I'm not seeing enough in the way of reaction away from value area low at the moment. But to be honest with you, I would like to see price break value area low and then maybe use value area low as my reference level, for a continuation move to the downside. Okay. Right. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Okay. If price does break above my resistance line here, then maybe I can change my tune, but that's, yes, cautiously cautious. Exactly, Tracy. This is kind of a strange area, and without the market open right now, it's really difficult to say in which direction, because really it can go in either direction here. It can rally away from value area low, or it can break down. It can break down through value. Okay. So kind of it's an interesting area, but it's not an area that's very easy to decide on which direction. Okay. So we want to be careful. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the ES. Okay. We'll take a look at the ES and see. All right. We'll open up the daily chart, see what the market is trying to do here. So the ES made new highs, I guess, or not made new highs, but yeah, made a recent new high, I guess. We price closed above this area of resistance here around 60.28. It closed off at what is it? Closed off at 66,041. Okay. And today it's opened with a kind of an inside bearish candle. Okay. So this could be, looking at this from a 4-hour perspective, this could be merely a, a little bit of a pullback for another continuation leg to the upside. Okay. Because again, if you look at this, we've kind of been staircasing our way to the upside, right? So this could be kind of a little bit of a respite where we kind of pull back a little bit for a continuation move to the upside. That's kind of how it feels, and that's kind of what the pattern is looking like to me of late. Okay. 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. We have our ADR and our ASR already established here. We see that price is right above our ADR, not ADR, VWAP. Okay, we see that price is below settlement. Okay, we're kind of in the middle of the range for both our session ranges and our average daily ranges. Okay, so that's not really telling us all that much. We're going to go ahead and locate our fixed range volume profile for this market. We're going to go ahead and go back to the Tuesday and open up our volume profile. Okay, so there it is. So price is technically challenging, I guess. value area high. Okay. So challenging value area high here. Okay. So again, we can go in either direction here, right? We can kind of test the waters here to see if value is going to be accepted. Okay. At which point I would expect a bearish move through value. If otherwise, we could get a test and break to the upside. Okay. Towards this ASR high or settlement. Okay. So it's interesting that we're kind of, hanging around that average VWAP. Okay. We have a bearish engulfing candle that's kind of developing 5 minutes before the market here. Okay. Which could lead to further downside. Okay. Through the entire range of value here. I'm going to go ahead and add my anchored VWAP. Okay. Anchored VWAP, not VWAP. Yeah. Anchored VWAP. I'm going to locate the start of London here, which is right about here. Okay, so you can see that price is also challenging this anchored VWAP. So if price does make it below this level, I would say that we have a reasonable chance of getting through value all the way down to say 60.15, which would make for a reasonable trade in the ES. If anchor VWAP holds, value area high holds, then I would say that we have a chance to get up to 6,055 in the ES. Okay, so again, interesting area to kind of waffle around. Okay, value area high. So again, we can go either direction here. Okay, we can rally from value area high all the way up to this level I mentioned earlier, or we can stall. Close back inside value, at which point I would expect a rotation through value. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and add our levels. Although my levels are a little bit shaky today. I don't know why, but shaky in the sense that I see a lot of errors. Let's see. So we'll look at value area high, 6,032. That's reasonable. Value area low is 6,016. That's reasonable. Point of control 6,024. That's reasonable as well. Settlement price is 6,041 is what I have, 6,041.50. So let's modify that 6,041.50. Okay. Okay. 6,041.50. ADR is 6,073. That's accurate. That's accurate as well. 6,015. So I think the levels are relatively good. Okay. So like I said, guys, we're kind of in an interesting place here in the ES. We can go either direction. If we do close back inside value below our anchored VWAP, we could have a rotation of price through value. Okay. If we hold here and get above value area high, then I would say that we can maybe get a rally up to the ASR high. Okay. Okay. That's kind of, you're welcome, George. Good morning, Dre. You're welcome, Trader Dubois. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing here, guys, is I'm going to be taking one last peek here of the YM. Okay. We'll take a peek at the YM, see what the YM, because I did find a really nice trade in the YM yesterday. So I will take a look at the YM and see what the YM has to offer. Okay. The Dow seems to be the strongest of these equity markets at the moment. Okay. We are well past the most recent resistance level. Okay. And continue to make some new highs here. Okay. So I don't know if, again, seems like the open has been kind of, for the day has been kind of light, but our volume delta is still positive. Our positive DI is still kind of flattening here a little bit. So maybe there's a little bit of loss of momentum. Okay. 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart is, again, kind of grinding to the upside. Okay. We have a developing bullish candle here, but with wicks on both ends, which indicate that there's some sellers present in the vicinity. Okay. So yeah, but nonetheless, we continue to make higher highs and higher lows in this market. Okay. So still very much bullish. 30-minute chart. Okay. So we are in the middle of some ranges. We're about market is just open. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and open up our initial balance range. If I can locate it, there's our initial balance, I believe. There's our initial balance range. Okay, just the market just opened on us. Okay. Yes, absolutely, Tracy. Hit that like button. I took the value area low to the other side myself in YM. Yes, that offered a very nice. YM did offer a very nice trades yesterday, and it was not very whippy. Okay, you can see here. You can see the candle formations that we had in yesterday trade. Okay, so it's probably wise for us to take a look at it. Okay. So let's see. Next thing I'm going to draw here is our fixed range volume profile. We're going to locate the start of the session and drag that to the close of the session. And here we are. We see that price is, we don't see anything. What happened? Oh, there it is. Okay. We see that price is hanging around value area high. Okay. Right around the prior ASR area. Okay. So again, similar to what we were saying about the NASDAQ and the ES, it's kind of at an interesting area here. Either we'll rally off of value area high and continue higher, or we can accept value and maybe potentially rotate through value. Right now, we have a developing bullish candle. We won't know the results of this for another 28 minutes or so. But if we do manage to close below here, below value, okay, and below our VWAP, then I would say that there's a reasonable chance that we can maybe come back down and maybe rotate through the entire range of value. If not, okay, and price closes above value area high, while I'm a little hesitant to look to buy this market, but if we do get above value area high, I can't deny the possibility of getting up to say 45,000 or 40 some of these ASR or ADR areas. Okay. All right. Just gonna kind of spot check, or actually give you guys some levels to track here. So first thing I'm going to add here is going to turn this off here for a moment. I want to understand exactly what my value area high area is. Okay, so there it is. That's my value area high at what is that level? 45,000. Is that right? 45,000 is my value area high. So we'll go ahead and add that here. 45,000. 03 is my value area high. Okay. All right. And then my value area low is coming in at what is that? This level here. 44,661, 4661 value area low. Okay. My point of control is on the upper end of value. Okay. Indicating that there is maybe a fair amount of interest to the upside in this market. 44,952 is our point of control. Okay. Settlement is coming in at 44,975. Okay. Again, on the upper end of the range. Okay. And then we have our ADR high, which looks like we're rapidly trying to get to at 45,205. 45,205 is our average daily range high. Okay. And then we have our average daily range low at 44,794. 44,794 is our average daily range low. We're going to go ahead and turn on our ASR now. Now that I've captured my value area ranges, I have 45,131, which we are about to touch. 45,131 as our ASR high. Okay. And then ASR low is coming in at, move this off to the right here a little bit. We have 44,730 is our average session range low. 44,730 average session range low. Okay. All right. So those are the levels that we're going to be tracking in this market. We've already kind of established a really firm open so far. We'll have to see how this candle closes. We've reached the ASR zone. We're getting a little bit of reaction away from it. A little bit, I guess, a little bit gun shy here to take a long. But if this candle does close above, close above value area high, I would not be, I would be open to taking a position off of value area high. Okay, and using the value area high as kind of a reference. If price closes back inside value, then I would be looking for a bearish trade to maybe rotate through value. But from the looks of it, right now, looks like it wants to continue to the upside. Our 4-hour chart is also indicating the same. We have a relatively strong bullish candle to the upside. Okay. So I'm going to be looking, excuse me. I'm going to be, I'm going to be looking for an area where I can, potentially look for an execution to the upside. Okay. This value area high seems like a reasonable level. Okay. But it will all depend on how well price closes above it. If price does not close well above it and creeps into value, then I would say that there's a possibility for a rotation through value. Okay. You're welcome, RA. All right. So guys, with that, I think we'll go ahead and close the session here. I would say that right now we would probably need to be looking for opportunities to the bullish side on the Dow. All right, and looking for locations where we can manage our trades to the upside. I'm just going to go ahead and add my anchored VWAP here just to get a sense of where that's at. So yeah, everything is pointing to the upside. Okay, but we need to participate in areas where we can manage our risk. Okay, I would say value area high seems the next logical level for that. Okay. All right. I think that's it for me, guys. I'm going to be jumping into the coaches room here and seeing, what insights and things I can offer there. And then if I don't, so there's no session tomorrow. No, obviously the markets are open. So I want to wish everyone a festive Thanksgiving holiday tomorrow. If you're traveling, obviously, want you guys to be safe, to your destinations and have grateful. It's a time to be grateful. I'm grateful for you guys being here and supporting me through this journey of my portal. Okay. So I want to thank everyone for that and wish you guys a very festive and happy Thanksgiving holiday. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. Again, today, fair amount of news. So trade safe, trade well, trade like a pro, be a market trader, guys. All right. Have an excellent day and excellent holiday tomorrow. And we'll talk soon.